Hello and welcome to my review of the Space Marine Captain in Gravis Armour for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. Now this Captain in Gravis Armour will cost you £23.50, which is a fair chunk of money for a single Space Marine, but the kit does consist of 25 plastic components and a 40mm base. The format of this video is as follows. I will have a closer look at the Captain, then I'll show you the spare parts, I'll do some size comparisons, and then I'll go through all of his rules. And he does have, well, I'll say specific rules, slightly different than what you find in the Space Marine Codex. What is interesting is his rules are not on his web store page, which is a little bit of a disappointment, seeing as they did feature on the Warhammer community website, and I just wish that there was a more of a connection between both of those sites, and if they do release like data sheets and things on community, that they go and just even if there was just a link to the data sheet, that would be cool, but they haven't done that in this occasion. If it looks familiar, that is because there was a Captain in Gravis Armour that was released in the 8th edition boxed game set back in 2017, but I wasn't a massive fan of that Captain, and I think this one looks way cooler. I'll probably put a little picture of that Captain in Gravis Armour in the middle of the screen maybe. As it stands, you can pick up just 2 Primaris Captains off of the web store, just a normal Primaris Captain which has a number of weapon options, and then this Captain in Gravis Armour. So yeah, for Primaris there are 2 options for the Captains at the moment. So let's have a look at the detail of the miniature. I think it's quite a cool pose. Yeah, his legs are a bit far apart, but he's kind of he's got a wide gait. He's aiming with the Boltstorm Gauntlet, which is fine. It's making the Boltstorm Gauntlet the focus of the model, that particular weapon, and he's firing it and making that the focal point rather than the melee weapon. I must say the Power Sword or the Chain Sword, or even the Power Fist, they're all pretty decent options for this Space Marine, for this Captain. The Power Sword is long, it's chunky, I can't ask for anything more of it. It's fantastic. The model himself went together all right. You will get some mould lines in between all the spikes, so just bear that in mind. Also the head is a bit tricky to fit in to the Gravis Armour once it's all glued, but that's what the instructions sort of explain for you to do. The cloak is quite cool. I like how the power plant went on there, and the drum and the magazine feed clipped together quite nicely. It's got some canisters there, and he's on a standard, and he's on one of these tactical rocks. Quite a nice looking Gravis Captain. Quite a nice looking Captain in Gravis Armour, way better than the previous one anyway. So spare parts then, these are those. You get 3 head options in this kit, so I've gone for the helmeted version. You can get this scarred helmetless, and then also this one here that has the front of the helmet there. It's like a half helmeted head. So they're the 2 options. They're both quite nice. This is the Power Fist. Nothing special really about it, I have to say. It's just a Power Fist. You've got this topper that goes on it with this laurel and some spikes, but yeah, it's just a Primaris Power Fist. The Chainsword, however, is lovely, and probably with a bit of kit bashing you could maybe cut one of the forearms off of another Primaris and use it, but it's a long chainsword. I'll tell you that. It's actually a fair bit longer than a 2 meter tall Space Marine. So yeah, very big chainsword. Would look massive if a normal Space Marine held it. It really would, but that's quite cool. Maybe you could use it as some kind of relic. And they're all the spare parts. So you're getting 5 spare parts with the Captain. Let's do some size comparisons. So I will compare this Captain in Gravis Armour with a normal Primaris Captain, and this one here I think I got in the Conquest subscription. So this is Gravis Armour compared to sort of normal Primaris Armour Mark 10. He is a bit bigger, he is a bit chunkier. You know, look at the sword size as well. You know, you are going to get this size sword with the normal Captain. Just look at the size. I mean, the blade itself is almost as long as the entire sword of the regular Captain. So if you're into big weapons, big swords, this is probably the way to go. Compared to a Gravis Primaris, the Captain is a little bit taller. I haven't got any heavy intercessors to hand, but I hope that gives you an idea that you know, if you had him with a load of Gravis armoured Primaris, which I'm building up a large force of, really, you know, he is going to stand out, especially with that big sword or chain sword, whatever you're going to use for him. You can equip him with that power fist, so he looks like he's got dual Boltstorm gauntlets. Actually, I probably would have preferred him to have that, because at least he would have had 2 of the actual ranged weaponry, and the fist profile itself of the Boltstorm gauntlet is the same as a power fist. So the other size comparison, which is a bit of a curveball, I guess, is with the Ancient, which is another Primaris Space Marine that was released alongside the Captain. This is the pose I've gone for. They work pretty well together, so if you wanted some reinforcements, you wanted to add another unit or 2 of intercessors, or another sort of detachment, these would be quite cool models to introduce that extra sort of force. Last 3 comparisons I always like to make is just with the usual miniatures. So here's a Primaris Intercessor, a little bit shorter than the Captain. Normal Space Marine, it's looking really small now compared to Gravis. And then Sly Marbo, of course, looking tiny compared to Captain Gravis Armour. Now this is the part of my review where I will go through all of his rules, and I'll compare them to you know, the rules in the 9th edition Codex. You can still find his rules for the Captain and the Primaris Ancient on the Warhammer community website. You just need to type in, you know, Captain in Gravis Armour, and you should be able to find them that way. So the Captain in Gravis Armour, as you'd expect, is an HQ choice. It's a power points cost of a 6 and a points cost of 120 points. The stat line reads exactly the same as the current Captain in Gravis Armour in the Codex. However, the new data sheet says the Captain in Gravis Armour is equipped with a Boltstorm Gauntlet, Astartes Chainsword, whereas in the Codex it starts off with Boltstorm Gauntlet and Master Crafted Power Sword. So it goes through the rules of the Boltstorm Gauntlet, which has a shooting profile and a melee profile, both of which are exactly the same. However, the one thing I will say is somebody forgot to give him a Master Crafted Power Sword, this Captain, so you should really be using the rules in the 9th edition Codex, because the new rules on the community website just shows him equipped with a Power Sword, which everybody knows is worse than a Master Crafted because of that extra damage. You're getting damage 2 with a Master Crafted Power Sword, so I would use the old rules in that sense. War gear options. The chainsword can be replaced with one of the following: 1 power fist or 1 power sword. So notice that you can't swap it with a Master Crafted Power Sword. Abilities: Angels of Death, Iron Halo. This model has a 4+ invulnerable save. Rites of Battle Aura: while a friendly chapter core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, re-roll a hit roll of 1. And now you've got this new Gravis Fighting Styles ability. If this model is equipped with an Astartes Chainsword, each time the bearer fights, it can make 2 additional attacks with that weapon for a maximum of 3. So you're getting your 7 attacks. If this model is equipped with a Power Sword, each time the bearer fights, it can make 2 additional attacks with that weapon. Again, you're getting 7 then. And if this model is equipped with a Power Fist, each time the bearer fights, it can make 1 additional attack with that weapon. So you've got your 6 attacks. This ability cannot be used with a relic, which replaces any of these weapons. Keywords: Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Infantry, Character, Primaris, Mark 10, Gravis, Captain. Now the main difference, as I pointed out, between the datasheet on the community website and in the book is in the book he can have this mastercrafted power sword, but in the book he doesn't have the Gravis fighting styles. So it's really whether you want to use the rules in the community website, which gives him less damage with that power sword, but he can have 2 additional attacks with the fighting styles, or he doesn't have the Gravis fighting styles, but he does have the damage too. So it's up to you which sort of data sheet you really want to use in that regard. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm not sure whether we'll ever get a Primaris captain with a 2+ save. I mean, technically the one with the relic shield does have that 2+ save, but we're still missing a few Primaris Space Marines that have those 2+ saves in Terminator armor or the Artificer armor. What do you guys think of the captain in Gravis Armour? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.